Let's take a look at how we can actually measure the angles given to us using a protractor. And there's a couple of things that usually cause some issues of using a protractor. First off, you'll see it's got two bands of numbers here, and they go in different directions. Here on the left side, it starts at 0, and then it goes 10, 20, 30, all the way around to 180. And then at the same thing, if you look at the inside set of numbers here, on the right side it starts at 0 and it goes all the way to 180 in the opposite direction. And traditionally that's where it's caused a lot of issues. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at um, this protractor that we've got here, and we've laid it down on top of um, a big set of angles. So, we can take our protractor off, and there's our angles right there. The way that you use a protractor is you find the middle of your protractor. It's usually like a hole, or they'll move the whole thing down to where it's like that, but the middle of it, and you need to set it right on the vertex of the angle you're interested in. So let's take a look at this angle AXB. So here's AXB. So we're interested in this yellow angle right there. Okay? We want to go through and measure that. So we set this down on the vertex of the angle, which is X. And we notice that from this vertex, we line up our protractor. Sometimes you put it down and you line up your vertex right there on that spot, but you've got to line up one of your rays with the bottom of this protractor. And so we're going to line it back up, and as you can see, it locks in nice and neat. It's right there at 0, and the middle of the protractor is on the vertex of the angle. And now we start from the bottom of this ray of the angle right here at 0. So since this is at 180, we do not use this set of numbers here. Instead, we use this set of numbers here, because we go to 0 and we just work our way up. And immediately what you see is that we stop right here at 30. So what's the measure of angle AXB? 30 degrees. Make sure you put the degree sign next to your measurement. The M actually stands for the measure. So M angle AXB stands for the measure of angle AXB is 30 degrees. Now, the next thing that we need to do is we need to go and measure angle AXC. And so let's just kind of move this down and let's take a look at it. Angle AXC. Here's angle AXC. So it's like the next angle over. We'll put our protractor back on it once I can grab it here. We're going to set the middle of the protractor down on the vertex of the angle we want. And then we're going to line up this protractor with that bottom ray. And again, since it's opening up to the left here, and we've lined up on this one, we want to start with the 0 and we work our way up. And so it goes all the way to, let's see here. If you notice, this is 50, this is 55, so 56, 57, 58 degrees. Angle AXC is 58 degrees. So let's move the protractor down. Let's clean off the highlighter so that way we can pay attention to it. And what we want to do now is we want to measure angle GXF. Now this one's a little different. Angle GXF. This time, instead of opening to the left side, it's opening to the right side. And we're still going to go find the vertex of this angle. Helps if I grab my protractor. And the vertex of this angle is the X. That's where the two rays meet. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set my protractor down right on the vertex, and I'm going to make sure that one of the rays lines up with my protractor. But this time, I have a slightly different scenario. I don't want to use this outside set of numbers, because see where it's starting at 180? Well, it's a very small angle here, and we need to start at 0 on the bottom of the protractor, so we're going to use the inside just because we start at 0 and we work our way up. And as you can see, it's going to come back up and it's going to hit 20 degrees. We're not using the outside numbers. We're not using the outside, we're using the inside, and so we would say 20 degrees. Angle GXF is 20 degrees. Last one. the angle that we want to do is angle GXC. So let's highlight this just so we can see it. Angle GXC. And this is a much bigger angle. But we're still going to do the same thing. We're going to set our protractor down on the vertex where it's right in the center. We're going to line up this this ray XG of the angle with the bottom of the protractor, making sure it's right at 0, which also means that since it's opening up here, we're going to start at 0. We're going to use the inside numbers for starting at 0, and we're going to watch this angle build up bigger and bigger and bigger. In fact, it's going to pass 90 degrees, and now we see it's going to hit, well, it's more than 120. It looks like 122 degrees. Now, we can actually use the tick marks on the upper side because 60 correlates or corresponds to 120. 65 would correspond to 125. So if this is 125, that's 124, 123, 122 degrees is the measure of angle GXC.